when we're thinking about how do you build systems, you have to understand that no matter what you do, if you build components or you build silos, or even if you build a complete system, certain systems are going to have context that other things just don't have. It's just a fact. Like there's just certain amount, and that's the whole point of information hiding is there's certain amount of things you just can't do. You can't know what's inside my body unless you cut it open, right? If you're a doctor, right? So I'm by definition hiding information just by the fact that I'm in one piece, so to speak. And so you can think about this it's a very important concept, especially when you're trying to think about interfaces. And so one of the things I really harp on is write the interface schema first, because the interface schema gives you the language that you need to communicate between your parts. So this is the kind of clean slide that I put together. And it's just describing what information hiding really means. And effectively, it's saying that from an outsider's perspective, you don't really know that the inside is changing of the thing that you're using. What does that mean? That means that I make a contract with Amazon Web Services or Uber or Spotify. And that contract is when I click the button for Spotify, it's going to open and it's going to do what I expect each time because the way that it's expecting me to interact with it is extremely clear, right? And those contracts are technical contracts in the sense of I'm expecting this and they're expecting to give that to me. They're expecting something from me, like a text input or like a voice input. And so it has the ability to do that. If you've done this correctly, then you can change the internals all the time. So for example, we'll show this today that I can actually change the model route such that it pushes it to a proxy, and then that proxy takes additional information, which I can then deal with later. So I can look at information. But I could change the internals of which model, and you don't necessarily know as the user, right? So this is the key thing that we're really talking about today is how do you manage this problem of information hiding because it's just going to exist. So you should write your interfaces assuming that this is true. And we talked a little bit about the API mandate from AWS last week. But this is kind of the way or that's the way that you make that hidden information accessible and available. So if you want to just take one rule away from it, right? Good logging follows that rule. Log the stable contract that operators, users, and other systems need. You don't need to document every single thing that you do internally to show everybody. And that's something that a lot of people get wrong. Hey, let me just show you everything. Not even necessarily what's relevant. Or let you change everything and then you break it, right? This is very common in complex software.